Hello everyone, welcome to the session 2 of Water, the Elixir of Life by C.V. Raman. Hope you have all enjoyed session 1 where we talked about the objectives, the outcomes, the themes and introduction to the essay. So we have understood about the author, the Nobel Prize winning physicist C.V. Raman, and in his essay, how he discusses the vital role of water in sustaining life, supporting civilization, and enriching the beauty of nature. So he also warns us about the dangers of water scarcity and misuse. By the end of that session, we could recap the whole thing, and we have studied few multiple choice questions. So now this is the recap of session 1. Let us start with session 2. So the content is, we are going to analyze the whole text in detail here, and then we will move on to question and answer. So let us ponder over the introduction of the essay. Already it has been done in session 1, but still I'm going to just recap this. So this is Water, the Elixir of Life. Here we are going to discuss the importance of water, compare water with the mythical elixir, focus on life-sustaining role, and it warns against the scarcity and crisis of water. So let us start with the significance of the title. So what do you mean by elixir? Elixir means life-giving magical substance. In Kannada, as I told you before in session 1, we can say that it is Amrita. Okay, so here the water is compared to elixir. Elixir means it's some magical water, universal importance to life, and which is a magical substance which gives life. So throughout history, people believed in such mythical elixirs. Raman compares water to that elixir because water truly sustains all forms of life. It is easily available, yet we often neglect its importance. Just like an elixir, water symbolizes vitality, survival, and hope for humanity. So let us see what happens when civilization rises. So all civilizations across the world is flourished near rivers. So the perfect example is Nile River, Nile Valley in Egypt, while the Libyan desert remained barren, but the Nile made Egypt so fertile and habitable. So if we stand in between, one side we can see the desert and the other side we can see a rich habitat. That is why it is often said that Egypt was made by the Nile. So human progress is directly linked with availability and proper use of water resources. So there is an example in the Indus Valley civilization, that is what we call as Harappan civilization. Settlements flourished along the Saraswati and its tributaries. Saraswati is a river here. So geological and satellite studies show that the river gradually dried up and changed course in around 1900 BCE due to the tectonic shifts and climatic changes. As the Saraswati dried, many urban centers lost their water source, agriculture collapsed, and people started migrating eastwards toward the Ganges basin. This is one of the example reason why the Indus Valley civilization declined. So another example we can give is Nile. Nile shifting its channels in Egypt, or the Yellow River that is in China, which often changed course and destroyed many settlements. So some of the other examples which we can give for water and civilizations are, the best thing is, all of us have heard of Mesopotamian civilization. So it grew around Tigris and Euphrates rivers. which is in Iraq region nowadays. It is known as the cradle of civilization. Fertile crescent supported farming, writing, and city states like Babylonian. So Egyptian civilization, it grew near Nile River. Entire life of ancient Egypt revolved around the Nile's annual floods. It allowed agriculture in otherwise desert land, supporting pyramids and Pharaoh's rule. So next, of course, we know Indus Valley civilization, that is Harappan civilization, which grew near Saraswati River. So here the planned cities, drainage system and trade flourished. Next example we can give is Chinese civilization we have beside Yellow River. So Yellow River is called the mother river of China. It supported early dynasties like Shang and Zhou. Mesopotamia's success, that is Euphrates in Babylonian and Tigris near Assyria. Advanced irrigation and empire building was done there. So Mesopotamian civilizations here, lake and river valleys in Mexico, and Greek civilization, while not river centric, relied on Aegean Sea and smaller rivers for growth. So, in short, we can say Tigris and Euphrates rivers helped Mesopotamian civilization, Nile River for Egyptian civilization, Indus River and Saraswati rivers helped Indus Valley to raise up. Yellow and Zant River, it helped Chinese civilization to flourish. So see, so many civilizations flourished near the river. So next we will come to water and agriculture. Agriculture is completely dependent upon water. Rain-fed tanks, irrigation canals, and rivers make soil fertile and ensure food security. Rice cultivation, for instance, is impossible without plenty of water. That is the crop which takes lot of water. This shows that water is not only necessary for life but also for survival of entire nation. So beauty of water. Water is not only useful but also beautiful. Flowing rivers, sparkling streams, tanks and ponds add charm to the landscape. Rainfall refreshes the earth, and scenes like sunrise or sunset over water bodies are breathtaking. Here Raman emphasizes that water has both practical and aesthetic value. So all ponds, tanks, so sunrise, sunset over the water, it's scenic. So water has aesthetic appeal. So now let us come to scientific importance of water. From a scientific perspective, water is unique. It is called the universal solvent because it dissolves many substances. It carries silt in suspension, shapes land through erosion, and controls climate and weather. Its physical properties make it essential not just for life but also for scientific reason. So this is the unique physical property of water. Next, silt and fertility. Rivers carry silt, which is deposited on land, making the soil fertile. This natural process has created fertile plains like Nile Valley. The color of the river water often changes because of the silt. Without this, agricultural land would lose its richness. So deposition of silt will make land fertile. So let us see the causes and effects of soil erosion. So however, misuse of water can lead to soil erosion also. Causes include sudden heavy rainfall, removal of vegetation, and unchecked water flow on slopes. So these are the causes of soil erosion. So, what are the effects? Loss of fertile soil, land degradation, and decline in the food production. In India, soil erosion is one of the greatest challenges to agriculture because it will affect the food production and the land degradation. Whenever the land degradation spread out, agriculture becomes impossible and food production comes down. So now let us see what measures we can take against the erosion. So to prevent erosion, we must take scientific steps such as terracing of land, construction of bunds, contour cultivation, and planting trees and grass. All these methods ensure that water is used wisely and soil remains fertile. So we have to go for scientific water management. So in the picture you can see what do you mean by terracing of land, bund construction, tree planting, so contour cultivation. So by this we can stop the soil erosion. So next one is water cycle and rainfall. I think we have all studied in our school days. How, see, I have given a picture for this, how the evaporation happens and then the rainfall and rainfall, the fresh water will be collected. So the ultimate course of water is rainfall and snowfall. In India, rainfall is seasonal and very irregular. So water management is essential. Collecting and storing rainwater prevents wastage into the sea and ensures year-round use. So here we can have rainwater harvesting, rainwater wells, so collection of rainwater, and we can use it in the crucial summer. So rain is vital for Indian agriculture because here in India we have a seasonal and very irregular rainfall. So to preserve the rainwater is very important. So need for conservation. Water conservation is a matter of survival. Rainwater harvesting, afforestation, and scientific management of rivers are urgent needs we have. If we waste water, we are actually wasting life itself. Conservation ensures that future generations also benefited by rainwater harvesting. So this is why if we have rainwater harvesting, there will be a check against wastage of water into the ocean. We can utilize the same water for agriculture and systematic plantation should be needed. So water conservation is equal to survival. Role of forests. Forests play a key role in water management. They absorb rainfall, prevent soil erosion, and maintain groundwater levels. Cutting forests disturbs the ecosystem while planting more trees ensures water balance in nature. So, if we have more forest, they absorb more rainfall, they prevent the soil erosion, they maintain the groundwater levels, they conserve moisture in the soil, and it is essential for ecosystem balance. So next we will see national problem of water. In India, water management is a national issue. Huge amounts of rainwater flow into the sea unused, while fertile land remains dry. Harnessing rivers requires planning, technology, and courage. Proper use of water resources can bring national prosperity. So, harnessing rivers is vital and large amounts is wasted in the sea. Because of that, fertile land is left unused and dry. So, it requires planning and courage. Water use is equal to national property. Water in daily life. Water is part of our daily routine. Drinking, cooking, cleaning, agriculture, industry, energy production, and even cultural rituals. We cannot imagine life without it. So, it is used for our daily chores. It's essential for hygiene, drinking, cooking, especially industrial uses, for transport, energy. It has become a part of our cultural practice. Water as a common resource. Although water is the most common liquid on earth, its properties are unique. It sustains life. It sustains life and is a shared resource for all humanity. Water also symbolizes unity in nature, connecting every living being. So, that is the commonest liquid on earth and yet most uncommon in properties. That is why it is called as the elixir of life. It maintains the life process. It is shared resources for humanity and symbol of unity in nature. So, scientific interest in water. Even today, scientists continue to study water because of its remarkable optical and chemical and physical properties. Water remains a fascinating subject for research in biology, chemistry, and environmental science. The study of water, the properties of water is still ongoing. It is optical and physical interest. So it doesn't exhausted field. It's not an exhausted field of research, and it is vital for biology and chemistry. It is important in environmental science also. So let's see the message given in this essay. The central message of Raman's essay is very clear. Water is the true elixir of life. It must be valued, it must be conserved and used wisely. We must strike a balance between its practical use and its aesthetic appreciation. Above all, sustainable use of water is the only way forward. So, we have to balance the practical and aesthetic role of water. Sorry, it is a resource for survival and joy. So, in conclusion, water shapes the civilizations and life. It is vital for survival, beauty, science. It sustains agriculture, enriches beauty, supports science. Without water, there is no life. But scarcity and misuse threatens our future. So, conservation is not optional, it is essential. Truly, water is the real elixir of life. So, this is the recap. So, we studied about the significance of title, water and civilization, water and agriculture, beauty of water, scientific importance, silt and fertility, soil erosion, its causes, soil erosion and its effects, measures against erosion, water cycle and rainfall, so need for conservation, role of forest, national problem of water, water in daily life, water as a common resource, scientific interest in water, and message of the essay. Let's see some of the multiple choice questions. After listening to this, I think you should be able to answer the question. What contrast did Raman observe while standing between the Libyan desert and Nile Valley? Look at the options. The answer must be desert had no life, but Nile Valley was fertile and populated. What is one of the most remarkable properties of water according to Raman? Look at the options given. Answer is C. Its power to carry silt in suspension. Third question is, Which of the following is not mentioned as a cause of soil erosion in the lesson? Sudden heavy rainfall, removal of vegetation, existence of roots and land, excessive tree plantation, sloping land without checks. What's the answer? It should be excessive tree plantation. Let's see the fourth question. What measures does Raman suggest to prevent soil erosion? That is, I have given you the picture also. The answer is terracing land and constructing bunds. Fifth question. What is the central message of water, the elixir of life? Water is the true elixir of life and must be conserved. That is the answer. So, let us recap the points. Significance of the title, role of water, the beauty, soil erosion, need for conservation. So, national problem of water management and water as a resource in daily life and science. Hope you all enjoyed this session. The final message I would like to give it to you is conserve water, value water because it is the elixir of life. So let us meet in session 3 with the next lesson. Thank you all.